Alright, welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic Less Known Classics. This is episode number 2991 and Doubleshot number 2885. First of which we are reviewing the final trade for the Atom. Yes. Give me just a minute here to find the name of the trade. Basically, we're doing the final trade for Roy Choi. It's called All New Atom, Volume 5, Small Wonder, which had collected issues 17, 18, and 2025. I'm also discussing issue number 19 because I want to put the series behind me. So in the case of the first two issues, it's a two-parter involving the return of Giganta, where basically she asked out Ryan Choi on a date, which he accepts, and kind of in a way, basically, it's kind of awkward where, oh, we have a giant woman dating a small guy. Yep. And at one point, we have Diana Prince of the Department of Metahuman Activity show up, say, hey, Ryan, can you wear this wire because we're going to capture Giganta? And he does put it on, but then he shuts it off after, Doris goes to use the bathroom, whatever, and he has asked, like, why'd you shut it off for? Because she cares about me. That's why. And then Giganta starts a little fight, and of course, basically, she thinks that that Ryan basically betrayed her to, well, Wonder Woman. Not really, no. He was kind of coerced to do this by her. He did not want to do this at all. Yeah, that's kind of in a way what's going on here with this one. Yeah. It's a very interesting two-parter. And I think this would be the final storyline that Gail Simone would write. Because, of course, basically... Oh, by the way, we have a guest appearance by Head of the Waiting. Yeah, this is a recurring character who had been occasionally appearing in this book, who debuted pretty much the same time as Ryan Choi. Yeah, he'd been brought back on a regular basis after appearing in a couple issues at the start of the series, and he's here up until the final issue, and he's never seen again. Oh yeah, we even have Nemesis guest star here, but in the case of... In the case of Giganta, would this be her final appearance in this series, appearing in issue 17? Okay, the answer is, well, she does appear for one more issue, and that's all she wrote. Yeah, it's sad, the fact that this wonderful character, and also after issue 18, Gail Simone leaves the book. Yeah, and then the sole issue of this entire series, not collected in trade, because the regular writer didn't write it, Keith Champagne wrote it with Jerry in the artwork. It is simply put, basically just added with Panda Potter, his supporting character in the book, who... Yeah, it's a really fun little standard Atom issue. And then we have the final... Yes, believe it or not, we have... Oh, yes, one does come back for the final... I feel like there's 20, but she later leaves. Oh, and Giganta sees Lucius, but so you can think that technically issue number... Okay, Recommender does come in 21. So, you can kind of think 17 as her final appearance. Now, Do not know why the Galesman brought her in just to have her removed from the book. I don't know. And mostly put this last story arc, this last 5-issue story called Blood of the Atom. It's called Inside Out. It's Inside Out. Is that everything? Wait, isn't it a popular Pixar movie that got a sequel and it's voiced with the cast of The Office? Yes, but this is not that. No. This is simply put, apparently the effects of the Atom are affecting, well, Ryan Choi, and Ray Palmer returns the title. Yes, he returns being the Atom in the series. Also, Chief of Police, who worked with the whole series, finds, oh yeah, he's in fact the Atom. Yes. And also, Lisa Warner, who had been kind of appearing in the book, she, for some reason, Gail Simone may appear in a couple issues, and then she returned for these last couple issues. Oh yeah, and Dwarf Star returns, because of course he would, because basically he was the one that started off the series. And yeah, so, and then something weird happens. So, the character of Jaya, who had been appearing in the book since issue 9, who at one point dated Adam Choi, basically Ryan Choi. Yeah, so it is found out in the penultimate issue of the whole series that she becomes Lady Kronos. And also, well, of course, you returned to the original Kronos too. We find out something interesting about her in these last couple issues. Dwarf Star, the serial killer from the first arc of the series, is in fact her son. And Ryan Choi dated the mom. Yep. And of course, also, she hung out with Kronos. One point was frozen, and Booster Gold appears in the title, because of course he does. And then by the last issue, Panda Porter, who had been a supporting character in the book, he dies in the final issue of the book. And, well, Kronos and Dwarf Star and Lady Kronos are all defeated. And as for Ryan himself, well, basically, you got the blessing of Ray Palmer to continue as the Atom, and then they popped up in Final Crisis after this. Oh yeah, they also popped up in Final Crisis, but also Justice League Cry for Justice, where we have the infamous line of "I'm Ray Palmer, walking the pain," and Ryan Choi is there, witnessing Ray Palmer torture a guy by shrinking and increasing his size inside of a man's head. And then, gnawing at the Final Crisis, Ryan Choi is murdered by Deathstroke by being stabbed by him and then have his body shoved in a frickin' matchbox. And then he came back in Convergence in a weird way involving using Ray's hand to bring him back. Which is kind of weird, per se. But that's kind of the thing in that show. Final thoughts on the all-new Atom series. Well, also, he also appeared a couple of issues as Brave. I'll probably discuss this at some point, but in the case of this all-new Atom series, I thought the series was really good. It was the only Atom title basically published when I'm reading comics. I wasn't reading DC at this point in time. I was reading comics at this point, but not reading DC. I took a brief break from DC for a few years because I was getting I think it was a little too much for me at that point because there's so many comics. And then I came back to in 2010 when I read a whole lot of Marvel comics. And eventually I did do this series, like read it, and of course I do know about the couple one-shot releases after this, which I've viewed them already. And well, in the case of the Atom series, this would be the final Adam ongoing series release, the date. Yes, he's had a couple one-shots released since then, but as for ongoing, well, he did have a tiny mini-series for Convergence. I'll discuss this at some point, but ongoing-wise, yeah, this sadly be the last one. Yep, the last one. So, as of now, with the exception of the Convergence mini-series, I am pretty much done with reviewing the Atom. Yeah, I am. I think Ryan Choi was an excellent Atom. Yes, I do know about his live-action debut in the Crisis on Earth crossover, and I do appreciate the fact that the actor they chose for him is in fact Asian, which because Ryan Choi is Asian. Okay. Now, did I have a problem with some of the stuff in this series? Not really, no. I think Gail Simone did a great job with the book. It's a shame that she's had to leave before the series ended. Now, what could have been the reason why the series ended? Maybe low sales. I'm guessing, or maybe that's as far as they want to go with it. It's possible, but I don't really know exactly. But, excellent title. I give this trade a 9 out of 10. Yep. Next up is something that I have not looked forward to talking about here. It's a volume of the series Vigilante, written by Bruce Jones. A 6-issue limited series, which came out in 2005. Yes, one of, in fact, 3 Vigilante titles. Released while I was reading comics. Because you also had Volume 3, which, when that ended, that's when I got into DC Comics. So, here are your stars of the series. The main character is named Justin Powell. He is an original character for this title, who only appeared in this one series and in the issue of Infinite Crisis. Yeah, we also had the return of... so we also have Renee Carpenter, who was basically kind of like his secretary. She only appeared in this one miniseries. A lot of the characters in this book, basically Vigilante does whatever heck he wants. And so we have all these new characters. We have Benny Schiller, Roy Chevron, Ray Carpenter, and, well, of course, New Vigilante. Of course, it's all based in Metropolis this time, not New York City. And if you're curious, in the entire 6 issues that this Vigilante operates in, is there a familiar character who pops up in this entire book? Okay, you really want to know the answer to that question? Despite the fact it's at Metropolis, there is no appearance by Superman. It is basically Vigilante doing his own thing. I would say of the 3 volumes released so far for Vigilante, this one is just okay. We have Ben Oliver and Dustin even doing the artwork for the series. It's okay. It's just that the series doesn't go anywhere, sadly. And but except for Vigilante himself, nobody appears again once the series wraps up. It's almost like this is like basically a Vigilante book that DC would rather just not bring up at all. They just like, nope, we're not doing anything with this book. We'll basically put in the whole thing with Adrian Chase, his brother being a Vigilante, which he's next, by the way. But this book, nope, we're just going to completely forget this book ever happened because the character is pretty much useless. It's okay, per se, but it's just Vigilante killing people. He doesn't necessarily kill anybody the whole book, surprisingly. It's not even called Vigilante. It just doesn't feel the same essence as the previous volume. I love the original volume for this book. It was amazing. Marv Wolfman, Alan Moore, and Paul Kupperberg did an excellent job with that book. This book, nothing against Bruce Jones, but it's not that good. Of the 3 volumes, this is probably the weakest volume. And I'm looking forward to discussing Volume 2. Yep, that'll discuss another point. But to replace this thing, next will be, well, Deathstroke. Another character coming by Marv Wolfman. As for Adam, because I've already decided to do Firestorm, I'm replacing him with the Ray. I figured, why not? Yeah, and this should be quite interesting. There's a few volumes of the Ray. Yeah. So we have 3 volumes of the Ray. I don't know if it'll take me very long. I mainly wanted to cover the Ray because he's a character who had a book in the 1990s. That was mainly the reason why for it. And plus also, it just, well, I'll discuss more at a later point. Yeah, so that's pretty much a particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do another like button. Next up is the 7 Deadly Sins, 4 Nights of the Apocalypse. And probably another comic corner too. Okay? Next view. Bye.